hello. I'm still kind of sick, but we're all good. And also, Zeb's a little sick today, so please do have pity on us. We are Natural Havoc, and we are a group of Twitch streamers that play Dungeons and Dragons. And yeah, we play the 5th edition system, and we have a load of homebrew rules thrown in. Most of us are veterans of D&D nowadays. So we definitely all know how sneak attack works. But other than that, please do be patient with us, and we're gonna be still figuring a few things out. Shots fired. Yeah, we're gonna make plenty of mistakes, like not knowing how sneak attack works. But anyway, let's go around the room and introduce ourselves and who we will be playing and our class, so we know who should know who sneak attack works. So, Tim, take it away.
Hey guys, I'm Tim, and I'll be playing Arcturus, the Warlock Vedalken, I can say I am not the person we're looking for who is good at sneaking, so you can cross me off, but I'm very excited for today, so let's tune into this.
Awesome, and yeah, next up we have Eagle. Eagle, what's up? Take it away.
Okay. Alright, I play Andros, the rogue elephant man. Yeah. And socials, go social them follows.
Fantastic. And below Eagle, we have Smitty. Smitty, take it away.
Play Maeve, a half-elf druid barbarian who doesn't need to know how to do sneak attack because it doesn't apply to me. I'm very nervous. If you were there when we ended last time, something's about to happen to Maeve's potential past, so I'm nervous. That's it.
Awesome. And to the other side of the screen, opposite the screaming eagle, we have Zeb. Zeb, take it away.
Hey, I'm Zeb. I play Erhard, who is a wild magic sorcerer and does crazy stuff, and I'm sick. So my mind is weird today, but yeah.
Yeah, amen to that. I'm the same. And above, well, you're probably worse, right? Because you've got the COVIDs, which is I don't know how that feels, but yeah, I hope you get better soon.
It's shit.
Yeah, I imagine it does. And above Zeb, we have Lan. Lan, take it away.
Hello, my name is Lan. I play Shion, the half-elf warlock hexblade, who has absolutely no clue how sneak attack works because it also doesn't apply to her. But I'm sure I'll find out eventually, and I hope some kind person called the Eagle Outlaw can teach me. Yeah, looking forward to today, guys. Hope it's going to be a lovely session, and yeah, let's go.
And finally, I am the DM. I play the grass. I play all the things. I also occasionally play NPC rogues, and they need to know how sneak attack works. So I do know how that works. But unfortunately, not everyone does. But they don't need to, and some people do, but they don't. Anyway, yeah. While Eagle has stormed off, I guess we will start the recap. I don't think he knows he's not muted his mic, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Cool, awesome. Right, let's grab the recap real quick. Here he is. So, our session began with the party being led before the Council of Arkenvale. Intensely grateful for their service, the council awarded the party a hefty sum of coin, a title, and a house in the Silver Ward, plus an invitation for a private banquet the night after. Pleasantly surprised, the party left to check out their new home. Soon enough, though, Shion and Arcturus wanted to collect the thing for which they had risked their lives and their companions' lives countless times. The Orb of Eternal Fire. So the party quickly set off again to the Ruby's Rest, where the requisition would be waiting for them. Upon arriving, the orb wasn't quite there yet, so the party sat down for a drink with the requisition leader, Kingston Bernardo. He was very intrigued by how the party managed to capture Kingsley Taff, and he really wanted to know more. He proposed a deal to each party member, gathering information about the things that the party had found out from their travels, and wished to trade news about him for their loved ones. Maeve immediately refused and left, but the rest of the party kept pondering about it while waiting for the orb to arrive. The orb arrived a few hours later, and Arcturus very quickly shoved it into his bag before they left, not accepting Kingston's offer. The next morning, the party decided to go to the Tri-Spire Library for some personal business. Andros wished to know more about the scarab that he had found within Kingsley Taft's possessions. He suspected that it could have been from his homeland, but unfortunately, he didn't find too much about it. Erhard wanted to find out more about the Feywild, but accidentally stumbled upon that which Maeve was looking for, which was information about the disappearing city in the Elenaston Forest. Meanwhile, Arcturus found more information about the Orb of Eternal Fire, and Shion purchased yet another sending scroll. Though she would never admit it, Kingston Bernardo's illusions about her loved ones the night before got her a little bit worried. So she asked Maeve for help in trying to send a message to her father again. This time, though, she was successful with the aid of Maeve, and her father was shocked but hopeful to learn that she was still alive. Clearly relieved, Shion wanted to help Maeve in return, and stood by her as she was about to make her own discovery, finding out where or what has happened to her parents. And that is where we will pick up today's session, as you have, I think Galoin was there as well, right? It was Shion, Galoin, and Maeve stood outside on one of the on the marble steps that go up to the library. And you see Tortordust inhaling a big amount of this scrying pipe-like ornament that he has as he smokes it and begins to inhale. He starts to cough a little as a big puff of smoke appears in front of him. And as he does, Maeve, Shion, and Galoin see the figure of a woman within the smoke. A woman not too dissimilar from Maeve's own appearance. Maybe a little bit presentable. Hair-brushed, clothes bought from some form of merchant, whereas Maeve wears very rustic clothing that she has made herself, her armor. You see a very slender, young elven woman. As the smoke dissipates, he inhales again and puffs out another big cloud. And in this big cloud, you see what looks to be like a small farmhouse in the middle of a field, with trees in the distance. However, the smoke is blurred around the edges. And you see this woman sat by a lake. Tortordust's eyes close, and he begins to hum. As he's humming, Maeve, Shion, you're both stood there, just staring at Tortordust. You know this takes from previous. You know this can take about 10 minutes.
And I can see that too?
You see the two images, and then they
Yeah.
go. So you don't see anything else.
Do I recognize the woman?
She looks exactly the same as your last memory of her. You do know her to be an elf, and you do know that elves' appearances seem to last a lot longer. They're not the same as a human.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she looks almost a spitting image of when you last saw her.
And the farmhouse, do I recognize that as my house?
You do not.
Okay, thanks.
Is that your mother? Or your sister?
I'm pretty sure that's my mum. I don't recognize the house. But that she hasn't changed at all. She still looks the same now.
Well, she's an elf, is she not?
She is an elf, but I don't know, it felt
know,
like so
okay.
long.
They can grow to be they can be like 700 years old.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, I don't know how I feel. She's alive.
What do you want? Is there anything you want? Do you want to see more? I don't know if Mr. Tordust can do any more, but
I would like to know where it is. I don't recognize it. Maybe he does. I have questions to ask, but I don't know. I don't know. I hope my dad is still okay. He's a human. And I don't know why. I just know he fled and found my mum. And that's how I was made, I guess. I don't know if whatever he was trying to outrun ever caught up to him.
At least your mother is alright. At least you have some... I don't know. Maybe... Now that... Maybe you can... send her a message, like I did to my father.
Do you need to know where
it will
they
cost
are?
you a lot of gold, but yes,
Yes.
we got a large sum, so
We got
that
a-
shouldn't be a problem.
But did you need to know where to send it to, or did you need to know the person?
I think it's just a person, no? And I look at Tordust.
Who is just there, just like rocking, like in a circular motion, just humming with his eyes closed, while just puffing ever so gently on the pipe.
Yes, well, he's no help anymore.
Ah, oh, that was so nice. She looks very much like you.
Right? She hasn't aged at all.
Well,
Did-
she's, you know, elves do, they take a little longer, you see?
They do. I don't know. It just felt like such a long time, but I guess to her it wasn't long at all. But wait, so
Would you like me to tell you what I saw?
you saw more than yeah.
Oh,
Please.
yeah, the smoke only portrays, a couple of snippets, and, I get the full 10 minutes.
Oh, yes, please, dude. Yes.
Well, for starters, she seems to be at home. I can't tell exactly where, but she seems to have a nice house. She was doing some sort of washing of some linens and bed sheets by a lake. And then she has a bit of magic on her. She dried all the clothes out like really quick and folded them up and put them away. And then I saw her. She went out to the back door, and she was calling for an errand. Do you know an errand?
Zeno? I know in Zeno.
No, that name did come up, but not from her mouth.
Or Kellum?
No Kellums. No, I heard an errand, and I think it was her son.
Oh.
She
No,
called
wait.
out for.
No, there is. Yeah, sorry. Carry on.
Then yeah,
Aaron
she
is
was.
her brother.
Oh no, her brother was there too. There was a little boy. He was like like probably no more than like 11, 12 years old. He was playing in the garden. And then a man arrived. Arwen, I believe was the name. He arrived. And he greeted her as sister. So I think that's who you mean. I did hear the name. Was it Zemo? Yeah, Zemo.
Zeno?
Zeno? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I only briefly heard it from the little boy. He was asking for his dad, and then the I assume the brother said that he had a letter regarding him. It looked a little tense, but then I started to get pulled away, and the last thing I saw was your mother and this man. They seemed to hug, and yeah, it seemed like bad news. But
So
yeah, if that's your mother, your brother and your mother seem fine.
I didn't know I had a brother, so that's new.
Oh, well, congratulations. You got a brother.
Yeah,
His
Thank
name,
you.
Aaron, she kept calling.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron. Okay.
Yeah, he was probably no more than 10 or 12 years old.
Interesting. Oh, I wonder what the letter was about. If only I knew more of where he had been.
Well, your mother, she seemed a little surprised to see the other gentleman. But they seemed to greet one another happily.
Mm-hmm.
But Erwin, he seemed to have a letter that was something to do with your father, I presume.
Yeah.
Didn't sound like good news.
No.
If I recall, it was he said something along the lines of "It's finally caught up to him after all these years." That's the last.
Okay.
That's the last thing I heard before they hugged, and then I got pulled away. I only get 10 minutes, you see.
No, that is much more than I could have asked for.
Yeah,
Mm,
you have a lovely
yeah,
house.
I don't recognize it.
Oh, maybe they
Um,
give it a new coat of paint or something, huh?
maybe they did. So this does conclude one thing. They're on this plane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I if they weren't on this plane, I would have got nothing.
No. So they might not be in the Lost Forest, the Lost City.
Oh, no, yeah. As far as I'm aware, history seems to think it's somewhere in the Feywilds,
Yeah.
never to be found again. Some presume.
I'm gonna make a note of asking the answers about.
But
Let's
I
hear
will
next
say,
time.
something lost can always be found.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit caught off guard. I was not expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this.
Well, it's hopefully it's good news.
Good to know that she's still alive. Thank you.
Ah, well, yeah, no worries. Anything else, or shall I leave you to it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back inside, but thank you so much for your help.
No worries. If you need any more help, by all means, come find me. Sometimes I'm teaching, sometimes I'm not.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, Shion. Oh, did you have any luck with that the old send-a-madoodle?
Oh, yes, I did. Thank you very much.
Ah, good to hear it. I'm glad you got to speak to your pop.
I did.
Right, well, I best be going. See you later, little man. And Galoin waves. And yeah, he wanders off. So, what are you doing now? Are you going back inside?
Yeah.
Yeah? And
I
are you
am.
going to go straight back to where you were? Looking for more
Yeah,
Feywild stuff?
I would probably take like Shion's hand and Galoin and like just take. Well, unless they struggle against it, take them back in.
Never! Yeah, no, they come
Yeah.
with you. Yeah, that's fine.
And yeah,
Okay.
go back to where we were.
And as you head on over, you see deep in a big tome, Erhard with his head almost touching the paper as he's flicking through pages and scanning some documents. And yeah, you guys arrive in the same vicinity.
Any luck finding something, Baldy?
Huh? Sorry, I was I was actually quite caught up in something I found.
That's probably for the best, darling. Did you find anything?
Not exactly what I was looking for, but something that I think Maeve mentioned, like a name that popped up, the Alanestrum Forest. So, yeah, something that might be helpful.
You found out about it?
Well, and I guess I pushed the book over to her, probably forgetting that that she can't read. But anyway, and I just tell her about it. So Yeah, I found word about the Lannister forest in the city that that disappeared, or rather, that was transported into the Feywild, and that in general it's an area that seems to be related to sightings of Fey creatures, and that it's believed the veil might be thinner between the planes, essentially. So getting there might be easiest around that area.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, then I found rumors of something like the Age of Darkness 700 years ago, and a city called Symmetra that was that vanished, and potentially like a wizard that set up some kind of spell, and doing that, some kind of defensive mechanism that was activated. I don't know. It seemed very complicated, but yeah, it might be a clue.
So we were just outside with Tortordust, and we found out that my mum is on this plane. So if Symmetra is in the Feywild, she's not there.
Hmm. Do you know Symmetra?
You just mentioned it.
Well, do you know it? Like,
No, I know. I heard about. Well, Gloin and I found out about a couple of cities in the Elanaston Forest earlier. That I can tell you about at a later date. Or
sure.
later moment today. I will let you know, or Gloin will let you know the notes. But I think my dad is maybe dead.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think he is maybe probably dead. But I don't know if I don't know. I have more questions now, but I have less questions. I don't know where to start anymore.
I was just gonna say that. Where do you want to start?
I had my heart
any
set,
idea where
like,
your
I thought that we weren't gonna make a connection, and that would be my confirmation that they would be in the Feywild. That's kind of what I thought would happen, and now I wasn't expecting that that's where they were, or she is at least.
So any idea where she might be?
A little farmhouse near a lake.
Well, that doesn't pinpoint much.
Probably in the Alaskan forest still. I think that's my guess.
Do you know, like, roughly where they used to live before? Maybe they live nearby?
I have an idea, and I'd have to go see Anastasia in New Haven. She has had to give one of her children as a tribute to the forest too. And she said I reminded her of her elders, and she told me to go visit her anytime, and she would have lots of paperwork and information about this weird deal that has been made with the forest and children being used as tribute. And she spoke of family names, and I think that's maybe where I can find out answers.
New Haven's not that far from here, is it?
New Haven is north of Cerdonas, I believe. Northwest ish. North.
So
yeah, it's not far.
then.
I know that Nastasia was doing the trading between New Haven and Cerdonas, so it can't be that far if she was, organizing the trade in between the two cities. I don't know how far exactly, but
We
I'm
could
sure
visit.
someone would know how far it would be.
We could ask Eliash, but I don't wanna drag all of you with me on finding out about this.
We'll figure something out. Maybe it's best to just let it rest. Well, not let it rest, but process everything that you've heard today. I know I need to.
Yeah, I know you need to too.
And plus, we have a dinner tonight. They better have mango salads.
All right, yes. Oh, you know what? If we don't find mangoes, Xion, I might be able to help you out with that sometime.
Ooh, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I can make bamboo appear, I'm sure I can do some mangoes. I don't know. Feels like it would be fair, right?
They grow quite a bit slower than bamboo, though. We'll see. It'll be
We'll
fine.
see.
It'll be fine, darling.
Okay,
Alright.
so as you guys start wrapping up your last hour, is there anything the three of you wanted to do in this last, like, I'd say 30-ish minutes you've got left? Or are you guys just happy just to hang around and wait for the others at this point?
I'm pretty sure I had thoughts last week, but for some reason I didn't write them down. Because I
That's
think
okay.
like there's a lot of stuff that still could be researched. But yeah, I guess for now, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Not a problem. We will cut over to Arcturus and Andros then. Which one of you wants to go first? Andros?
I
Sure.
guess I'll take it.
So
Sure.
you've spent 2 hours
Yep.
looking through these books, and
failed.
I would say in the last 10 minutes, you kind of get in a bit of a huff of some sort because you
Yeah.
found nothing. Is there anything you wanted to do before you reconvene with the party?
Want to go to the mage where they I guess they're selling items and stuff.
The
in the
quartermasters?
library? Yeah, the quartermasters. Yeah, I want to head over there real quick.
Yeah,
as
so
I do
that's
have a
right.
question for him.
Yes,
Yeah.
right to the back, and there's
Cool.
there's an elderly woman behind the counter at this point as you wander on over there.
Cool.
Yeah, and what do you ask?
Hey, I have a question. I don't know if I'm not really a professional in magic. But I have a friend who she isn't she doesn't know how to read yet. And I don't know if you guys have something for this. But do you guys like maybe like have anything that might be able to help her maybe like know how to read or like help speed up that process instead of just sitting there teaching someone how to read?
Well, that's a rather tricky one. We do have items that allow you to read things in languages you do not know. Perhaps that could help, but it might only show her the letters. If she still doesn't know
The word,
the
right?
words, it might.
Right. It's
Might be
great.
difficult.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have many magical wares here. Would you care to browse at all? Or?
Sure. I guess I can browse. Why
Well,
not?
we have some feathers of the jagged peaks. It's a headdress that allows you to pluck a feather and cast Featherfall on yourself. There are 6 feathers remaining, so it's 6 castings, but it is only for the person that plucks it. There is the Cloak of the Golden Order, once belonging to a very prestigious warrior of the Elenaston forests. It came into our hands some time ago when he passed away. And that is an almighty item that basically allows you to be a little more stealthy and quiet. There is also the Crimson Cloaks, which many of our the Cloaks of Crimson wear, and it allows you to be more defensive while wearing them. It bolsters your armor, per se. There is also the Monocle of Intellect, which is the item that allows you to read languages you wouldn't know, such as Common, Elvish, and Dwarven, as well as a exotic language, and the one that we currently have allows you to read Celestial. We also have a Kalir's Shelter, which is a ring with a symbol of a tree on it, and it has a small little dome-like shape, and that basically allows you to have a pocket dimension for a tiny creature. So if you have any companions you wish to keep safe during travel, you can pop them in, and they will be safe in there with food, water, and oxygen until you let them next out. There's also the Crimson Braces, which you will see many of our Cloaks of Crimson wearing, which also bolster your armor and make you strong, but it is only for those that do not already wear armors.
Right.
We also have, finally, the last magical item is an Ironwood Wand, which most of the students here are kitted out with, and that bolsters magical practicing with the wand. And then we have spell scrolls of up to 1st to 3rd level currently. Any that we don't have currently in stock, we can have commissioned, as well as a selection of healing potions.
Cool. How much for the ring? And okay, question: how
yes.
much can that be used? Like, is this like forever? I can actually use this every or is this like once a day, in and out kind of thing, and that's it?
Yes, so it'll take a few seconds, but as long as the creature is willing, the creature can be bamfed into the ring, but it must be a tiny creature, so something of cat size or dog or something along those sort of things.
We have someone that size.
They can also see everything outside of the dome, so they're completely aware of what's going on.
Cool.
So you can talk to them.
Oh, nice. How much for the? I'm pretty sure this is probably expensive, but I'm down to look at pricing here.
Yes, it's around 2,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. That's great. Cool. I'll get back to you about that one in
Not a problem.
another day. How about that robe from the Elanaster Forest, whatever?
Oh, the Cloak of the Golden Order. Yes, that one is 2,500.
Got it. Is there anything below like around the 1,000 mark here, or is everything just above that? You know, we looking at very expensive stuff here.
The Feathers of the Jagged Peaks is around 500 gold.
Yeah, sure.
The Crimson Cloak is around 1,500.
And what does that do again?
It bolsters your armor and makes you a little harder to hit.
Right.
The Monocle of Intellect is 750. And what else is in your price? The wand. The Ironwood Wand is 500 gold.
Right. And so this monocle, it helps people read, but not unless they don't know how to read to begin with, it probably won't be useful to them.
Well, I wouldn't know. No one has ever worn one that's never been able to read before.
Okay. Can we test it before I buy it?
Yes, but it must be tested at the counter with my eyes watching.
Oh, no, that's totally fine. And I will turn around and just yell for Maeve. Maeve!
Excuse me, it is a
my bad.
library.
I
Can
know,
we make
I know.
sure that we keep our voices down? Many people here are studying arcane practicing, and we really need to focus and concentrate. So
I agree. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure, because I don't want to leave and then you just, something happens,
Not a problem, by all means.
Yeah. But I would love to test it and see if maybe, my friend can actually, maybe it helps. I don't know. You don't know, I don't know, so why not try, right? It's good for selling.
I don't think I've ever spoken to someone within the Tri-Spires that... Oh, no, that's a lie. I've spoken to one individual, but he didn't like glasses.
He didn't like... You know what? That's cool. Yeah, I'll just, I'll go grab my friend, and then we'll be right back here, and we'll test out this item. And then we'll see. If it works, I'll buy it. 100%.
Very well.
Okay, thank you. And I'll start looking for Maeve.
Yeah, and you see Maeve off in the distance, but before you get there, Arcturus, what are you up to? You've come into the end of your 2 hours of info dump on the Orb of Eternal Fire, and you look up, and what are you up to?
Well, I'm first and foremost, I'm so distracted by everything that's lying in front of me, like all my books, all my quivers and quills and scrolls. But I found some good articles. I'm quite fond of what I've seen. So I want to go to the lady that's like in the at the counter.
The quartermasters or at the front desk?
Front desk.
Yeah, not a problem.
And so I walked through there and excuse me.
Yes, hello.
I was wondering if I would be able to rent out some books.
By all means, as a warden, that's entirely possible for you to do. How many books would you like, and what are the titles?
4 in total, please.
4, not a problem.
And
And yeah, she takes the titles of the 4 books that you want. She makes a note of it. And your name?
Arcturus of the Iron Vortex.
Arcturus? Yeah, she puts Iron Vortex, and then you see underneath, she writes Warden's Roost.
Ooh.
As she is very aware of where you live.
You seem to be acquainted with where I...
Yes, I realized you haven't received your lapel, your brooch yet, but we were informed that people of your sort were coming.
No need to speak of our sort. Will you just help us?
Yes, I mean your ilk. Your Iron Vortex crew have been informed to us as free reign of this place, minus the warded off areas, and you are allowed to purchase from the quartermasters.
That is so wonderful to hear. Thank you so much. Is there anything I need to pay for the books?
Nope. As a warden, it's all free as of Aliash's orders for you to rent out any books.
Oh, splendid. Thank you so much for that.
All we ask is that they are returned within 14 days.
It should not be a problem.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Another question, please. Am I correct that the quartermasters, they have items for sale, right?
They do, yes. The items for sale does depend and differ on the day. So more Tri-Spire related things are regularly purchasable, but other such things differ.
Interesting. I'm gonna go take a look. Thank you so much.
No problem. And yeah, you head on over there as Andros walks away. Ahad?
Yeah, I also realized I think I would like to rent some books. I actually have no clue how many books I was reading. I don't remember.
We'll say it was across 3 books.
Sure. And
Yeah.
I guess I will rent those 3 books out because they had interesting information, and maybe I find more if I have more time.
Yeah, not a problem. You rent the 3 books out, they write your name down as well. And at this point, I will say, as you just get back to the table, and Arcturus, you make your way to the quartermasters, Andros, you arrive with Maeve, Ahad, Galoin, and Shion all at one table.
Maeve,
Yeah?
I need you to come with me.
Why?
It's a secret. It's a secret mission. It requires your assistance.
A secret mission?
Yes.
What are we doing? Who are we
Don't
killing?
question it. Don't question it. Just come with. Just come with.
I give
It's all good.
Shion the
good.
weirdest look.
It's all good. You're gonna be safe. Nothing wrong.
I smile. Just try not to get yourself killed, dabbing.
Oh, we're not gonna die. It's okay.
Do you want to be a spider again?
No. Mm-mm.
It could
Nope.
be a secret
It's
mission.
not. It's not that. No. This is something
You didn't
different.
enjoy it?
No. I don't want to be a spider again. Okay. I like being big. I think it fits me very well. Something I feel like a lot of people are not used to is being big. And I feel like I am
It's pretty cool.
privileged. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
No, sometimes
Um,
I'm small, sometimes I'm big, sometimes I bite, sometimes I don't. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Just come with. Just come on. And I'll start heading back. Hope she follows.
Yeah, and I'll
follow.
say the 3 of you all arrive at the quartermasters at the same time, and Arcturus, you are told the same items. If there's any you want to know, ask, and I will repeat.
I would like some inquiry on the cloaks.
Yes, the Cloak of the Gold Order is 2,500, and what it basically does is it conceals you, so that you are more stealthy and you can sneak around, as the cloak changes colors depending on your environment. But to do so, you activate it by pulling the hood up. The other one is a defensive cloak that is laced with protection magics from the Tri-Spire itself, the Crimson Cloak, which many of the Crimson Cloaks will wear. The Cloaks of Crimson being defenders of the city, and it bolsters your armor and makes you a little harder to hit.
Ooh, interesting. Hey,
Very
Andros, you seem to be a good one for the first one. Imagine you
Yeah.
be seen sneaking around.
You know, imagine if I had the freaking money for that to begin with. You know, maybe that would be nice. You know, how much for the bracelet, by the way? The defense one.
The Crimson Braces are
Yeah.
2,250 gold coins.
Okay, can we just try the monocle? I'm not. You know what? This is not.
By all means. And she pulls up a small, it's like a brass monocle, but it has like a flick of like wings coming off one side. And there is a chain which attaches to like a necklace that also comes with it, so it doesn't fall, it like dangles.
Mhm.
And as she passes you it, if you look through there and squint, and then she writes something down on a piece of paper, and she turns it.
I'm gonna hand it to Maeve. Maeve, try to see if you can read what's on this piece of paper with this monocle on.
Can't read. I have perfect eyesight, but I can't read.
I know. Just put the monocle on. We're testing something, okay?
Right. And I hold it up to my eye.
And you take a second, and you squint, and you start to see the letters start to move. No one else sees this, only you do. And the letters start to move until it spells 750 gold pieces. But it is spelt in letters, and you understand it. You don't understand what the letters mean, but you understand the writing. And you now know that says 750 gold pieces.
750 gold pieces?
It works?
That's an expensive piece of paper.
Nope. So wait. She can read now with this monocle.
Wait,
Yes,
I read that!
I wrote that in Elvish. So if anyone else speaks Elvish here,
Wait, I
you'll
speak
understand that.
English.
I take out
I
750
react.
gold and I plop it down.
Arcturus, you read on the paper, it says 750 gold pieces on the paper.
I plop 750 gold pieces down. I like to
Well-
buy this for my friend, please.
By all
No, you
means.
no, Andra.
Scoots it up.
Mhm.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Yes, of course. And now
Andros,
you
why?
can read. Now I don't want to hear nothing no more about I need to learn how to read. Don't worry, I got you. You
But
can
I was-
read.
I was learning how. That's so much money.
And it's worth it. You know, you made me those freaking delicious foods on my birthday. You deserve to learn how to read.
But now I didn't learn. Now I can just do it.
Exactly. You see how cool this is? Now you can no. But think about it. You can start off with the monocle, right? But then that'll help you learn how to read faster because now you understand what you're looking at. So then as you read it, and you can now memorize what the words are
But Andros, you don't
as you
speak
start to understand
Elvish.
it. I don't speak Elvis, but Maeve does, right?
Well, as I explained to your Loxodon friend here, it allows you to read Common, Elvish, Dwarven, and Celestial.
But
Right.
Maeve,
there you go.
You speak Celestial, so why would you want to read it? Right?
I don't
Because just in
speak
case we ever find a
Celestial.
book, if we ever
Oh
find a
no,
book
wait, but that was
that has
Contessa, I
words
believe.
in it.
I'm mixing things up.
But if we ever find a book with like, I don't know, celestial words in it, now we have someone who can use the monocle and look at the words.
But
Excuse
can't
me?
you also read everything, Arcturus?
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
you
about to
could-
say I can read anything and I understand it. So
but you know what? I'm gonna walk away now. Y'all wanna?
Just so you know, all purchases are final.
It's okay. It's all right. I will then walk away. Now I'm kind of pissed because I was thinking of trying to do something nice for my friend, and it felt like I just got jabbed in the throat by it. So I'm walking away. I'm done. I just walk off.
I wink at Maeve and I say, "He's such a sweet boy. Foolish sometimes, but sweet. He means the best.
Did I do something wrong?
No, just give him some time, I guess."
I appreciate the gesture. I just so much money for me. I can't. I have not read for 23 years. It's okay. It's kind of nice not knowing what's going on.
Oh, Maeve, you never surprise me.
I don't.
Oh, this is why I like you guys. Don't mention Andros. I like him.
Well, as much as this chat in front of me is quite appealing, are you buying or not?
Yes. What is the price of the Crimson Cloak?
The Crimson Cloak is 1,500. We currently have 3 in stock.
I'll take one.
Very well. And yeah, she goes and grabs one of these cloaks, and you can see it's got like a golden like, I don't know what the word is, but it's like you attach it to your clothing. Like here, and then it drapes over the shoulders and goes down, and you see that there is a symbol of a shield in the center of it, and it is a red crimson cloak.
So, is there anything I need to be aware of? I should have asked that before, but
It does require attunement, so you'll need to spend some time with it, but it basically bolsters your armor and makes you a little harder to hit. In gameplay mechanic terms, it is a +1 AC, and you get a +1 to saving throws as well.
interesting.
It's pretty good.
Thanks for the voice in my head. Thank you for saying that. And I will get used to this cloak. Thank you so much.
Very well. And for you, madam, would you wish to purchase anything?
I have a question.
Fire
So,
away.
I know it's no refunds, but what are these worth? And I pull out the hide of the salamander dragon thing that I skinned on the bridge in the sinkhole.
Oh my. I would maybe take this to a armor smith's of some sort, or maybe a blacksmith or something along those lines. Ourselves, we would be purchasing magic items, but
Maybe you can make it magical.
maybe you could and bring it back.
I'll try. I'll get back to you about that.
Thank you. Anything else?
No.
Very well. I'll go and get myself a cup of tea. And she scoots off away out of sight. And I will say you all reconvene, all of you around one table, and you sit down.
Ross?
I act like I'm looking at a book. It's kind of put a book up, a random book. I just grab one,
I'm gonna
open it.
stand behind him and
I
read
just
it for
stare.
him out loud. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm reading it out loud for him, behind him, obnoxiously.
Wait, what are you reading?
A random
book?
book. I just grabbed a random
you just
one.
grab a
Yeah,
random... Yeah,
just
so
grab
in
a
common,
random book.
the current section you were last in was to do with the Feywild. So I would say
Great.
you are now talking about pixies and what pixies like, where they can be found, what colors, mannerisms, that sort of thing.
I'll read some of it and then ask, sort of lean my arm on his shoulder. Is this what you'd imagine it'd be like? Letting me read?
I already regret my decision. No, great. You can read. If you want to read the book yourself, you can.
No, well, maybe, but I wanna... Look, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a lot of money, and I don't feel like I deserve it. And I don't know how to react to that. But it's very kind.
Any time. Yeah. I just,
You seemed kind of pissed off when you walked off, so...
Well, it just, No, it's fine. It's fine. I am happy you feel grateful in any capacity, and yeah, great.
Good. It's... You know what? I can read you bedtime stories now.
Great. Yep. Amazing. Cannot wait.
It's your
Gonna-
own doing, Andros.
Jump all happily in my bed at night, tuck myself in, and wait with a nightlight on for you to come read me a bedtime story. Exactly what I want.
Yep. Deal.
Okay, great.
So, were all of you successful? Did you have a good time here in the library?
Of course. I did everything I wanted to do. Now, Maeve, how about those drinks we were talking about earlier?
Yeah. Wait, do we have drinks in our house?
I'm pretty sure our lovely little Petunia can arrange some for us.
I don't know if she can. Can she carry a bottle?
Only one way to know.
Are you suggesting that we're gonna pregame before our dinner tonight with?
Oh, who said anything about alcohol, darling? Just some juice is fine. It's hot outside.
Sure. Great.
We
You
can
know-
make some like fresh carrot juice, or like from like the vegetables in the garden, and make like a green juice, and be really healthy.
As you all
Or
leave-
not.
as you all leave to go back towards the Warden's Roost, as you leave the marble looking library, you step out onto the steps, and you can see that it's starting to get a little overcast. The first time in a long time, you've noticed quite a lot of clouds overhead. And as you do step out onto the steps and walk down and leave the grounds of the Trispire, you eventually arrive back into the Silver Ward, where you are greeted within your home as you see little Petunia currently scrubbing the floor by the stairs, making sure that it's all spick and span. And as you all step on in, she looks at you all, she's like, "Oh, hello. It's good to see you all again. I'm surprised to see you so soon. Anything I can do for you all? Oh, hello, Galoin.
Some drinks would be nice, darling. Do you have some?
What sort of drink? I always keep a bottle of brandy hidden away.
Maybe it's a bit early for that.
Very well, sherry.
Not for me. Can I have that bottle, please?
Brandy, very well.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I just use the money from the council to buy more. I'll go get
Great.
it. And she
Thank you.
walks on, and you hear some clinking of bottles in this cupboard, and then she pulls one out. Yes. Oh, good year. And then she puts it down, and she opens it up, gets some brandy glasses, and starts topping all of your glasses up. She pours one for everyone, even though only one person asked, and she pours one for herself.
I'll let her keep the one for herself, but I'm gonna start just chugging the rest. Like just glass by glass, taking shots.
Sure, I need a Constitution
Yep,
saving
that is
throw,
totally
please.
fine.
If you're gonna be hammering them back. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah,
Totally great.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. And then after that, I'm gonna sit and I'm just gonna check out my scarab, see if it moved, anything like that.
Perception check.
Great. That's all I want to do.
It looks like it's in the right place.
Great.
Anything else? I see that you're rather thirsty. Would you like some foods? I could prepare lunch.
What time is it?
Well, now it's about 1 p.m.
And we have dinner tonight, right? Not lunch.
I believe so.
We have some lunch, right, guys?
Naturally.
Very well, I'll make some jam sandwiches. And she wanders off over to the kitchen, starts spreading some jams, and yeah, she's making some jam sandwiches while you all lounge about in your home, in your house. And yeah, you put your feet up, you sit down, you get comfortable. What are you all doing?
Is there any place next to Andros?
Sure.
I'll grab one of my books I rented out, and I go sit behind next to him.
What? Just no. Just no.
What?
That's all I
No.
will say. Just know.
Ross, I just wanted to say, it was very kind of you what you did for Maeve. But you can imagine she was quite intrigued by it, and well, maybe a bit intrigued.
Honestly, it's not even about the gift. It's not what. Listen, I don't take back what I got. It's honestly, I'm more so mad at you at the moment.
I figured.
It's just I feel like every time I do anything, it's like it's a mess up. You guys treat every decision I make as if I'm making the wrong decision. Like buying the monocle thing. You made it as if that was a mistake.
That's the only thing I blamed you for.
I mean, a lot of my decisions y'all like kind of treated as if it's not a good one. I mean, it's all right. I'm not mad. Well, I am, but I'm not gonna push it out. It's all right.
Don't forget, Ross. You're a good kid. Oh well, it was your birthday, so technically you're not a kid anymore. But you're a good guy. You know that. Your heart is in the right place. And might have sometimes got a bit rough on you. Hey, somebody has to do it, right?
Sandwiches, here you go. And you just hear like she's shaking so much carrying this like metal tray, and you could just hear it like clanging on like her bracelet, and then she puts it down. You can see like she's struggling. She puts that, she's like, she looks at you, Andros, and goes, I put a few more in for you, because you're a strapping young lad. And she stands back up, and a few for you, Galoy. And she walks away and goes back into the kitchen. Enjoy!
What does Galoin do?
He is just very awkwardly sat there, like, staring at her. And then as soon as she's gone, his hand is straight in, grabs a sandwich, and is just eating a sandwich while just, like, sat there.
Are we all on the
well.
same table? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Maeve, darling, I've been meaning to ask. But for some reason, I never got around to it. What's with the new makeup?
You inspired me, actually.
I don't look like that.
No, that's why I took inspiration from it. But you did my makeup a few days ago when we went to the ball. And it's not quite my vibe, but I did like that I felt prettier. Maybe belonged a little more. But then I took it and gave it my own twist.
Nice. It suits you.
I think.
Plus, of course you belong. You're the Iron Vortex.
Yeah, I belong with you guys, but I don't belong in crowds, I don't think.
That's fair. Though you handled yourself quite well back there.
I just followed you.
But I wasn't the one who found out about the sharp one, darling. All I did
No.
was butter up the wrong person.
I ran into Arizola by accident, and she matched my awkward giddiness. And I think that's why we got on, and I really still hope that she's okay.
Maybe we will hear something sooner or later.
Yeah, maybe we will hear tonight. I have a question though. I've been wanting to ask you guys this for forever, but I don't feel like we ever talk about funny things.
Funny things?
Funny things. I want to know what's like the biggest thing that you killed before the Iron Vortex.
A mosquito? I usually let people the killing for me, darling.
For you? So what's like the weirdest beast that you can find in Chartusa?
Well, in Chartusa itself, not so much. But if you go outside the city walls, there is a whole host of desert creatures that you really do not want to cross. Not to mention the nomadic tribes, and yes, just stay inside the walls.
Okay.
Unless you want want to die a gruesome death, really. Maybe the roads are okay. I've been to the gladiator pits in Alakash at one point, and there were big beasts there that I'd never seen before. But I wouldn't dare killing one of those myself.
Maybe you could now.
I wouldn't count on it.
What about you, Octorus?
Actually, funny story. I came across, I was just a kid, and there were rumors about special animals roaming a certain part of the city. They were escaped from one of the laboratories, and it were the most weird ass creatures I've ever seen. Imagine a crossbreed actually, between a bunny and a piranha. Yes, it had feet, and it ran very quickly, and it was not fluffy at all.
It's horrifying.
I must say, I've seen a lot of weird things in, well, my years, but I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I was quite intrigued by it. I was only 6-year-old.
You're how old now? 600?
Well, I'm a lot older now. So it has been a long time ago. But it was funny and terrifying at the same time.
Wait, that could be useful in combat. You should get one of those as a pet.
Well, I'm not like the one for transmutation or like combining genetics or something.
But you know who is though?
Yeah,
Eliash.
I think she will like scold me for like ever putting it into her head.
Maybe she just thinks you have a brilliant mind.
Well, she is the kind of person to talk like outside the box, so like solutions have to be made for like every situation. Imagine what those creatures could have done for like the requisition. Like unleash a basket of those creatures in the sewers and just watch them all die.
Maybe you can make them.
Yeah, better
You can
don't.
crossbreed them.
I'm not gonna try it. It's I still have like a trauma of it.
Okay.
Did it bite you?
Well, they bite very viciously.
You, Erhard?
I never really killed anything before. But yeah, I've seen my share of fancy things, I guess. I really like the unicorns. That was always nice.
You have unicorns?
Well, I don't have, but I've lived with them, yes, or near them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's nice. I guess it's where I picked up the Sylvan, so yeah.
Do they speak?
Yes, I do.
And what do they do with the horns? Like, do they like? I don't know. Do they like use it?
How do you mean?
I don't know. Like maybe they like dig up some grass with it, and then they don't have to pull it out of the ground anymore. Maybe like they dig up carrots.
I don't think I've ever seen that, but like yeah, I don't think I've ever seen them do something with the horns. That's an interesting question. I never thought about that. It's just normal.
Okay. Andros?
The Let's see. I got attacked by a few flying shits. I don't remember the name of those things.
Flying
Um,
shits?
Yeah, they
What was-
were not fun. Um,
Shit.
yeah, flying shits. I don't know what they were. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. Um, they could fly. They were, attacking the crew of the ship. I was traveling here actually. I was on the boat. Um, Other than that, I fought Shardborn. I don't remember if I killed any or not. I don't think I did. I know I fought a few Shardborn. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
I can't get over the flying shits.
They weren't.
Andros,
Yeah,
roll me an intelligence check.
great. We already know how this is gonna go. Fucking suck at this.
See if you can remember exactly what they were.
What the flying shit is.
I remember. Nope.
Nope. They were flying. They were flying shits.
Yep. Exactly.
That's funny. Okay. Glowing?
Well, I've not actually. I was framed for killing a horse, but I didn't actually do it. But I've told you
Right.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
Whose
Whose horse was it?
It was the one of the merchant lords, the giant lady. She's a half giant.
From Karas?
Grass, yeah. I used to be one of the stable hands, and I used to train some of the horses.
Who framed you? She did.
No, someone else, someone that didn't like her. Well, I don't know who it was, but I was the last one that was with the horse in the stable, and the next thing they found is that the horse had been poisoned that night. But because I was the last person seen with it, they said it was me, but it wasn't. I don't think they framed me intentionally. I just think they wanted the horse to be killed because it was a stallion. It was one of her prized possessions. It was worth a lot of money, more than that that monocle thing.
Just look at Andros.
What monocle?
The monocle that she's wearing. They were talking about it earlier.
Oh. What's that, Maeve?
I can read now. Thanks to Andros. I can read Elvish? What was it? Common? Dwarvish?
You're forgetting one, Maeve.
And Celestial.
And Celestial. I can read Celestial now.
That's handy.
Yes.
So-
Does that mean if I look at the stars, I can read them? Like it's like a language? It just says in the stars, follow your heart.
Or something really rude.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
what?
We should really know a lot about.
Whoever reads this is an idiot.
You can certainly try.
I might tonight. After a few drinks.
Oh,
And
the
you might
world
never
will
want to look at
change.
the stars again after. Do you really want to try that?
I mean, maybe it says things in the stars. I don't know. Can you read Celestial, Erhard? I don't think so.
No, I don't, and I'm good with that. I'm I read the things that I read. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I brought the books that I was. You can actually read that now, isn't it? The
think-
books I was reading. So
Yeah.
if you want to read about the what I told you, maybe something, springs out to you that didn't come to me because I'm not as familiar with the place.
Yeah, I mean, I can certainly try to read it and see if anything familiar pops up to me at some point. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Feel free.
And as the day grows on, is there anything anyone wants to do before the dinner, or are you all happy to get dressed up, I assume, in some form of attire, or go as you are, and head towards the dinner.
I will get up and go to my room, and I'll
Mhm.
get dressed in there into the nice clothes I wore to the ball.
Okay, yeah. So the silver tux.
Yeah, I'll just go in there, start putting that on. I'll go in a few hours early, and then just kind of chill in there for a while.
Yeah, just relaxing. Nice. Anyone else? Anyone else getting dressed up, or are you gonna go as you are? It's up to you.
I'm getting
mean,
dressed
you-
up.
Dressed up, yeah.
You guys
And then-
getting dressed up? Oh, I thought.
I'm getting dressed up and I sigh because I've now worn the same dress to an event with the same people and it just irks me for some reason. So I'm like, I should have visited a tailor today.
Well, why don't you could put on your cloak and make it look pretty?
Yes, but it's still summer. I'll have to take off my cloak inside eventually. It doesn't matter for now. I doubt we'll see more of these people anytime soon, and I'll have a dress prepared for the next time. But yeah, I'll go get dressed up. Still a bit.
I will not get dressed up, but I will have a shower.
Nice.
And I will do my face paint.
Nice.
And I
Oh,
will put the bow on socks.
Yeah.
oh.
Awesome. The same bow.
I only have one, I think.
Yeah. Just making sure. Didn't know if you were gonna go out and buy one or.
I will wear my mother's necklace. How about that?
Okay.
Yep.
I guess seeing everyone else drifting off and doing what they do, I guess I'm also gonna kind of use my prestidigitation and clean up my travel clothes. I
Mhm.
guess, which is, I presume, the same clothes we wore for the ball. I don't think I changed out of it because it's the first clothes that I ever had, really, like
Okay.
made clothes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used the prestigation to fix it up, make it look nice again, and then I also go check myself in a mirror somewhere, I assume, and
Mhm.
check what I look like and if I feel like I might need to
Yes.
do some touch up.
There's some hair growing back. It's been a week now, so you can now start to see the shape of your hairline returning, and your hair is returning. It's a slow process though. Eyebrows are slowly growing back in, eyelashes are growing, all that good stuff. It's all coming back, but it's gonna be probably a little while yet before you've got a decent amount of hair again. But yeah, it's all slowly growing.
Okay. I guess I will just then use the disguise kit and just try and like
Touch it up a
highlight the touch it up
Yeah.
and just give a bit more
Definition.
shape to the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Arcturus, are you dressing up or are you just going to go as you normally are?
I am dressing up and I'm also wearing my new cloak.
Oh, very nice.
And a small detail is that I have put one of the books I have rented out in my pocket, in my inside pocket, just for when I need it.
Okay, and are you attuning to the cloak?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I can edit. At the break, I will edit something on your sheet so you have +1 AC and +1 to all saving throws.
I already upgraded my AC, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I don't need to do that bit, but I'll do the other bit. Awesome. Okay, cool. So, you guys head towards the council chambers. And as you do, you walk up the staircase once more into the main foyer, and there you see Estefan Gibblebottom as he's smiling towards you all, and he's like, follow me this way, and he leads you down a corridor and into a big grand chamber, which you can see there is a long table with roughly about 20 seats on, but only enough placemat settings for the 5 of you plus the 8 people that were at the council. And as you guys sit down, a few people start to come in. You see Jagod D walking on in. You see a few other people heading into the chambers as well. And as you do, they all start to sit down. Greetings, greetings, as they're all saying hello to you. And once everyone is there, Aruis stands up and she says, I just wanted to thank you, the Iron Vortex, for accompanying us here in the council chambers, and just wanted to say thank you for all of the work that you have done. And I thought this would be a really good event for us to get to know one another a little better, and for us to ask a few questions about yourselves while we eat, if you don't mind. Is that okay? I feel like you have done such great work for Arkenvale and Arantis as a whole, and I feel like it would just be it would be good to get to know each and every one of you.
Naturally, then.
And by all means, if you have questions for us, you may ask away. Introductions. And she points down the room, and you can see... Let me just get to my notes. You can see all the people that you remember sat on the thrones with the various symbols that were above them. Aaron Sparrowhawk, which was a human woman with sort of shoulder-length hair, one side tucked behind her ear, the other kind of like in front of her face. And you can see that she's wearing loads of silver jewelry with green gemstones, and is wearing like an off-the-shoulder white dress. And you know her to be the person to do with invention, forge, and creation. And you still see she's still wearing the same. It's like a bracer, kind of similar to Arcturus's, that goes over the hand. And it's like these metal bands that go in between her fingers and all up her arm, and it goes up to her elbow. And it kind of looks like jewelry, but you can see that there's some purpose to it. And as she sat there, she smiles and greets herself to you all. Next to her, you see Turnip Bellwater, which some of you have already met before, which is the halfling female, and she was to do with coin, currency, and trade. And she sat there in the similar sort of dress, a puffy purple and yellow dress with these rimmed spectacles and hair up in a bun. You also see Sir Drexel of Yorn, who is sat there, a brass, I think it was brass, let me just double check. Bronze scaled dragonborn male, about 6'7", and you can see that he has these emerald green big eyes, very broad, and he is wearing a white suit with all of his medals adorned on his suit again, and he is just sat there and he nods to you all as you all sit in, and you know him to be the military counselor. You see Breck Veltuna, and he is the gnomish man with the bright blue slicked back hair, the bright electric blue suit, and he is looking fabulous as ever, sat in a slightly elevated seat at the table to make sure that he can eat away, and that. You also see the young, slender elven woman in a white flowy dress, which is Melissa Toussaint, and she is to do with population, housing, or welfare, and Breck was magic, arcane, and divine, just so you know. Then there's Jagodi, who you know as the man to do with borders, and he is wearing his brown suit, half-orc man, tusks, spectacles. And finally, the last two, you see Baldric, who is the dwarven man, who is to do with naval, docks, cargo, and he has like tattoos of anchors and stuff up his arms. Very gruff-looking individual, with let me just get to his... with jet black curly hair, and he's in like a three-piece suit, just sat there. And then finally, the very last person is Aruis, which you know to be the air genasi with the flowy cloud-like hair in a white suit as well. And for starters, a small salad with some prawns comes out, and it looks quite nice. You are accompanied with either water or some sort of fruit juice. They have various different fruit juices that you can have, and that's just for the starter. And as it all comes out, and it all comes out on like these immaculate looking silver dishes and silver cutlery, and there's like a big chandelier in the middle of the room, and the table is made of like an exquisite red wood with like golden carvings on. It is like top of the range. Even Shion, some of the decor in here is definitely that of like royalty from where you're from, but not quite up to that standard, but it's a similar sort of style. And yeah, as you all sit down and you start to tuck into your meal, Aruis says, I hope you don't mind me asking, how did you become a group of adventurers? How do you know each other?
Well, I think we were all just in the same place at, I guess, the wrong time.
Definitely at the wrong time.
And it kind of sucked us all into working together to help each other.
And where was that?
We actually met in the city of Karas.
Right.
And
Oh.
apparently we had same target there. And we got in a fight, and apparently we took side with each other.
I did hear about the goings on of Karas and the bandits that attacked the market there. It was a terrible day. I do wonder if you all weren't there on that day. Many more lives might have been taken. What you did was astounding. You saved many people and you saved Featherstone, and I hear a young boy who was lost.
I can't remember anything of a lost boy, but we sure did help Mr. Featherstone.
The boy, I remember he sat on my shoulder. We walked him to his parents.
Oh, that boy. Yeah, that was wonderful,
Yeah.
Ambrose.
No.
It's truly and you said it was at a bad time, but really, if all of you hadn't have been there, maybe some of you may not have survived. So maybe it was fortuitous that you all met.
We'd like to think so.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's
And,
definitely drawn us into a particular direction, and wouldn't be here if it weren't for that.
Yes, I imagine not. And as you say this, the gnome leans forward and he puts his hands on his hands, his head on his hands even. Yeah, I know what I meant. And as he leans in, he's like, "Well, what happened in the Ironwood? I heard there were rumors of magic, but the reports say bandits."
Those don't have to be mutually exclusive now, do they?
You care to elaborate?
The Ironwoods. Well, I look over, probably at Maeve, and sort of, like, should I tell the truth or not? Yeah, okay.
You do know Breck is like, he's really leaning in. He's waiting to hear what you say, because you get the sense he doesn't quite buy what he's heard. And you know this man to be the council of the arcane. He's like the arcane person.
Yeah.
He's probably in direct link with the Tri-Spires. So you know he's a little bit clued up when it comes to magic.
So, what did you hear? Because I would not mind elaborating, but if there's any, misunderstandings, I would love to clear them up first.
He said that there was bandits. That's the
Yes, but
misconception there.
There
Obviously,
must
there
be
was
more.
no
There
bandits.
must be more. Someone in the council here must think a bit more than just bandits. Bandits is what the town crier would have heard, but not someone as well informed. Kind of,
Yeah,
some
he
feathers off
sits
his
back a
arms.
little bit. He sits back in his chair a little bit, and he looks at you, Shion, and he's like, "Well, I received a piece of ironwood that was questionable. The properties of it was not exactly as what we would assume. It was of darker nature. There was a form of corruption within it. We sensed a necrotic power from within. However, when speaking to Mr. Griffin, he informed us merely banditry, kidnapping the townsfolk, and disappearing with them. Clinton, on the other hand, has been in touch. And apparently, not all is what appears to be.
Yes. Hags.
Hags! Well, I would understand as to why people were disappearing. Charm magic solutions, yes.
There's your answer right there. We got rid of them, and everything returned to normal. For now. You don't know
Yes.
when those village people get their bodies into trouble again.
And you said hags?
Hags.
Multiple?
Yes, 3 of them.
A coven? My. You really were quite impressive.
They were building something
Yes?
out of body parts.
Oh. And you see a shocked look on a few of the people's, and they all kind of look to Breck as he's like, oh, like he seems intrigued, whereas he definitely shouldn't sound happy about it. And then he like reads the room for a second. He's like, yes, I believe I have heard that some of the hags, what they do when they make covens is they try to build golems. Have you heard of a golem? Sometimes they are clay, metal, or stone. Hags have the ability to sew together human flesh and organs to make a flesh golem. Once all of the parts are connected and an amount of necrotic energy is forced within it, it becomes a slaughterfest. The fact you stopped this is very fortuitous.
Yes, well, I would say it was maybe a little worse than mere banditry, but banditry nonetheless.
I can see why Griffin wished to keep this under wraps.
Why?
Well, if he allowed it to get this out of hand without reporting it, then maybe he was under some sort of influence.
I think they were just lacking the understanding, the deeper understanding of what was going on.
Captain Griffin did what was best for the village. And for everything around it, so yeah. I understand his choice. It's the
Kept
most
his
logical
own people
one.
in the dark, and instead he decided to continue to let it happen and his own people to keep getting dragged into the woods. Great guy.
You
So
see
you-
Breck, there's a slight smirk when Andros says that.
So you said Clinton's been in touch?
He has, yes. Clinton is an old friend of mine.
So what, is anything changing currently? Like,
As far as I'm aware, everything seems to be happy and good in the forest at the moment. But Clinton has recovered a relic from such an event that he wishes for me to personally look into.
a relic?
Yes, I believe a tome, a book of sorts.
Yes, it was something he had high interest in, yes.
Yes, it has a lot of necrotic energies attached to it.
Wouldn't want that to fall into wrong hands.
Exactly, hence why he's asked myself to take a look. And if I don't know, I'll be speaking with Wagnesh or Eliash for advice.
Good luck.
Thank you. And he continues to eat. And at this point, the starters have gone through. You've gone through the first course, and they get taken away. And some champagne and wine is brought out for everyone. And there is just a few bits of some salads and cheeses that is just put out for everyone in case they want to nibble between the starter and the main course. And I think that is a really good time to take a quick break because it is it's 8:05. And it's a pretty good time. It's like, what, hour and a half in? We've got like an hour and a half left? Yeah, I think it's a really good time. Cool. We'll take a quick break, and then we will come back, and we will carry on with Le Dîner. And we will see what happens with the current conversation. So guys, don't go anywhere. We're back in 5. Bye! Hello. Welcome back. Tell us what drinks. Tell us what snacks you got. What do we got, guys? What are we drinking? What are we eating?
I'm
we got
boring tonight.
We got an orange
water.
juice, a water. Red Bull and something.
No, the Red Bull's empty.
Oh, okay. Apple juice, Coke. What is that?
Are those
That's
fries?
iced tea.
Lipton iced tea.
Why didn't I think? Monster as always and M&Ms. Okay.
Lan, what are you eating?
What do we got?
Potato crisp thingies that
Some
look,
form of
look like-
potato
yeah,
crisp. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Now I
I'm
want some.
drinking not sponsored Volvic strawberry water. That's it. That's all I got.
But it's still not
but it's good.
sponsoring.
Sponsor
Damn
us.
Well, at least
But you know
the
who
YouTube
is
sponsors us.
sponsoring? The YouTube channel of Natural Havoc. Go and drop them a subscription. All the episodes are live, up to date, so you can check them out, as well as one-shots we did, and some other little clippy bits and stuff. So do go and check that out. Thank you. Eagle's
awesome
trying to say
intermission.
something. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to jump straight back into where we left off, because we are currently around a table as the gang are eating a dinner with some council members. And as the main course comes out, you see a hog roast, a giant pig with an apple in its mouth coming out, as well as various salads and some other sides that come out with it, some nuts, like a nut roast, and a few other little bits as well for everyone's needs. And as you all start to be dished up whatever you ask for and start to eat the foods that you get, you do see the dwarven man is looking at Shion very quizzically as this is all happening, and you can see that he wants to ask something, but he seems to be reluctant.
Do I notice this?
Yeah, I would say everyone notices this, because he just keeps, every now and then he'll like look at Shion, he like goes to say something, and then sits back down and kind of just doesn't.
Okay, I'll pretend to be oblivious, and I'll just ask to the whoever's sitting next to me that is not Iron Vortex. I don't know. I'll just ask. Tell me, darling, you are council members. Are you all the council members there are in Arkenvale? It seems so little.
I will say, the person you're sat next to, which will be Breck, the gnomish man, he's like, well, yes, there are typically 8 council members, 1 for each section. We do govern certain segments of the city, and we aid all with one another in helping the things that we don't cover. But all of our backgrounds are primarily from certain areas. For example, mine being a magical practitioner.
And what if you disagree with one another?
Then we put it to a vote, and the vote is for all 8 of us, and if there is a draw, the voice of Arkenvale will take the final vote. And the voice of Arkenvale is someone that deals more with some of the political matters that none of us are strictly involved with. For example, if it was a more divine or religious matter, maybe we would speak to the voice of Arkenvale to see their opinion, and then all of us would speak and come to an agreement. The voice of Arkenvale is kind of like the deciding factor if there's ever a spread within our people, and they are the person that addresses the people and puts forward their plans of action to help the city as well.
So, is there current?
The previous voice passed away about 6 months ago.
And you're not worried about, I don't know, corruption? I mean, we've seen with the likes of Tafts that, you know, all people can be bought, and are you not worried that one of your own might fall to such vices? I mean, having a larger council might counter such things.
Yes, I do believe that that something like that could show. But if we are to discover such things, then a vote will be had to remove a member of the council and be replaced with somebody else.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Your politics are so different from our own.
Yes, you're from Quirin, aren't you? And as you say that, you see the dwarven man. He looks at you and he goes, "All right then, Shion, you. Why are you here? Why are you in Veritas?
Why? Do you have a problem with it, darling?
Well, you're from Quirin, and that's a long bloody way."
It is, but so is Fortis, and Ondros is sitting here.
He now looks at Andros and he's like, "All right. Well, then why are the twos of you here?"
Well played, Leon.
Should I tell something or should I just leave it with that, guys?
No,
Well, I'd like one of you to tell me why you come to our shores.
treasure hunting, darling.
Both of you? Because a minute ago you told us you only met in Karas. So one of you is not here for that reason.
I don't know. Well,
It's me. I'm here on my own reason. I left my own home, and I came here in pursuit of another life.
Why'd you leave?
I mean, you know what's going on over there. The Imperium are doing their own thing.
Aye.
Why would I want to be a part of that?
Well, I don't know, but you're traveling with her.
I mean,
Those
What do you think
Imperium,
then?
from what I hear, the Imperium, doing trades with Quirin. Any people they
do.
capture, any slaves they decide to, shackle up and put on a boat, sail them across the ocean, and these Quirinese, put them to whatever job they need them to.
and how's that any different from your laborers?
Well, our labourers are willing. They get paid, and they live in a house, most of them. The ones that don't, they're aspiring to live in a house.
Exactly. No difference whatsoever.
so we do your dirty work, and now you're gonna ask us questions like this?
Look,
Can you just?
alright,
How would you just skip the fucking question, and how would you just ask us something different?
alright. I might be a bit forward, but it's only because yous two are from places that don't usually come here.
Did we not just handle issues for you? I think that deserves at least some respect for you not to walk on
Aye.
and ask us something personal.
Aye, but I need to know why you're here. You could be working for the Imperium for all I know.
Oh, so you think my own people are getting, as you would say, slaved up? You think I want to work with them?
I don't know. You could be a
If
spy.
I was working with the Imperium, I would have helped Taff with everything he had going on. Since he was making Shardborn after all, I mean that would fit.
You see the Dragonborn put his hand on the table, and he's quite a large presence, and you feel like the movement of the table when he does it. Now. Everybody just calm down. Andros. Why did you want to arrest Taff?
Because he was making Shardborn. What else?
You knew of this before going?
No.
So why did you go?
Why'd I go? Because I'm with this group, and this is the only people I know now. They want to deal with an issue, I went with them. Just
And
like I
what
dealt with your
issue?
White Tusk problem.
What issue was that?
I mean, he was part of this group that was causing problems in the city, right?
I'm talking of Taff.
Taff?
Why
Well, I
did
mean-
you, as a group, go to Sardones?
Why did we go to Sardones? Well, one, we were supposed to go. We had someone helping the one guy with protecting him. I think his name was Yusuf, right? Yusuf. And then I also went because we met the Silver Strings and they needed someone to help out. I went as one of their bodyguards.
So you traveled to Sardones?
Well, we were on the way to deal with your sinkhole problem. Well, I wasn't there with them. And then,
yes. Which we
when I
are
met
very
up with them-
grateful for, may I
Yeah.
add.
Okay. But when I met up with them, maybe a day later, we met the Silver Strings. They said where they were going. They asked me if I was willing to be, we became friends with them. So we traveled with them to Sardones.
So you saved the people of Arundel. You met with
I didn't.
You met with a group of musicians
No,
and decided to become their personal guard to
just
Sardones.
for a ball. I mean, they were traveling there. We were just traveling to find work at this point. So we went with them to Sardones, and then they, I asked them if they needed help with the ball. They said, yeah, I could be their personal guard, and I went.
The thing
So-
is, we
Yes.
heard that something was going on north of here. Like, there was the Aaron Toll situation, and clearly, since you guys were even looking for help from people like us that are not from here, that you didn't really know all that well. And then that someone like Taff, that was supposedly in charge of that region, didn't really take care of it, so it just seemed a bit suspicious. And when the opportunity had presented itself that there might be an event to find out more information of why things are happening, we pursued it in search for work.
Do not get me wrong. We, all of us here, are very grateful for the things that you have done. You apprehending Taff the way that you have is exactly what we needed. We were trying to deal with Taff. However, due to the sinkhole and the amount of refugees that we had here in this city, it prevented us from doing such actions without finding outside help. You did exactly as we wanted. We were just surprised that you managed to accomplish it without us even asking. Hence, why we ask why you were here. What my friend Baldric was trying to get at was you have performed tasks to help Arantis, to help Arkenvale, to help us. We don't know why.
Well,
So
I
we
believe
are trying to understand. As a
believe-
council should, is it the best interests of our city that you are here? We have
Well, I
made you
mean-
wardens because we believe in your efforts to help us. We're just trying to understand why.
Well, the why is simple. I mean, people kept asking us to help them out with their problems the whole time since we've been here in this crazy, area, I guess. And every city we go, people have issues that they keep asking us to deal with. I mean, it's the same thing overall, right? I mean, people are in need. Obviously, someone was failing some of these cities. Ironwood's a great example. People were failing to help out their own people, and we helped fix those issues. Same thing with Toll. You guys, no offense, was unable to fix the issue, so we fixed it. And the same thing can be said about Taff.
As you
That's-
can imagine. Go ahead, dear.
That's not to say we're entirely altruistic, though. And I smile.
Hence why I'm asking. Is
Well-
there something you are after? Is there something we can help with as the Council of Arkenvale?
Right now? And I look over to the dwarven man, and his is still in that seat with the little anchor thingy on it.
No, not currently.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're all sat in the same sort of seats around a table at the
So
moment.
I
It's not-
wouldn't.
yeah.
So I wouldn't know that he is of the boaty thing.
I would-
Well,
I would
either
say
you
Funny
you
with
would.
boat face.
I would say you would you met him yesterday and he was sat in that throne. So I would say, yeah.
I
you'd
don't
put
know
two
if
and
I
two
would have
together.
remembered, but okay.
sure.
Imagine I did.
He's got
Um,
tats of anchors and stuff as well.
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, the thing that I personally would cherish most is a boat back home.
You wish to leave Arantis?
Well, I mean, I'm obviously not from around here, and it has come to my attention that my presence at home is needed.
Well, ships we can do. But that would take weeks.
We have time. we can help out some more in the meantime. Maybe we have some other matters to attend to. And I look over at Maeve.
So please do understand that we believe in your ideals, but we're still figuring things out ourselves. The reason we were unable to deal with Arundel is because many of our forces were providing for the refugees that came from there. Also, due to the Ironwood, we sent more men to patrol the woodland, to find where the people were going. We also dispatched more men to Karas, to better guard the markets and the people of the place. We are spread very thin as of late.
Since we're
thank
talking,
you. Yes.
since we're talking about reasons and the things that drove us to come here or to help or to seek more, I don't know. Yeah, to offer our services more, is because we traveling from Karas, as my friend Andros said, like we saw trouble all over. We saw the corruption. We saw strange things happening. People having trouble they couldn't really deal with. So, is there any other places that still have big issues? These can't be the only problems.
As you can imagine, usually is a time where chaos ensues. When one place is left unchecked, more places become chaotic. Karadosh itself is struggling with cultists in their religious wards. The mines of Cairo seem to be overrun by a kobold threat. We have multiple things happening. Sightings of scaled beasts atop the cloud-top peaks. Many different things are happening all around us. Activity at Fort Naxos, a place that has been abandoned for many years, but now figures and wagons have been appearing there. Things that are a strain for Arkenvale to deal with when it has its own problems. You taking out White Tusk and, de facto, the Crooked Clasp has alleviated pressure from within the city. It allows us to sort external issues out. But these things take time. The things that you have all accomplished are of great help to us, hence why we have given you housing, coin, and a title. Please do not think of us as interrogating. Think more as inquisitive. Baldric here is a little rough around the edges, I might say. But he means well.
We know how that is like.
So, do you have any questions for us? Anything we can help with?
Like I said, a boat would be nice. Well, it might take weeks, but we'd like to be informed when it gets to Karas or wherever.
Yes, due to the current ongoings of Karadosh, it would have to be Karas.
Naturally.
Do you have ways of contacting Anastasia from New Haven fast?
We do, Sardones used to be the hub of contacting the Northern Realms. Due to its current position, I imagine things will be taking a little longer than normal. But if it is something that you need from Nastasia or New Haven, I'm sure we could request for Eliash to send a message ahead, or get one of her Trispire mages to send something to them. Is it a message you need, or?
I need to talk to her, probably. That would be easiest. And she said to come by, but I don't know if that's the easiest solution.
If you wish to head to New Haven, maybe we could offer wagons or horses, but from here it will be about a 2-week travel.
Could Eliash not do her thing?
Eliash is a powerful mage, and although she teleported Jagod and Turnip and Ruis here to us so that we could have this meal and talk with you, it expends an amount of her power. She can only do it so many times per day. It is rather exhausting. She might be able to get you there, yes. And we could ask on behalf of you, but I believe you have a good rapport with her already. I'm sure if you asked to see her, maybe you could ask yourself, and she might be willing. We could always pull a few strings to make that conversation go more your way.
Yeah, I mean, this is something we need to talk about. I don't want to drag everybody with, but if we've got to wait on your boat, Shion.
I don't know how long. Weeks, you said. Are we thinking 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4
Oh,
weeks?
aye, it could take a couple of weeks for a vessel armed enough to go to Quirin, yes.
Do you think we can somehow get to Shartusa within 2 months? Give or take a few days.
Aye,
That's all I ask for.
2 months of time. You travelled here. You know, it's 2 to 3 weeks once on the boat.
Exactly.
I could probably get you a boat in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 at the latest.
Naturally. And until that happens, I'm at your service. Not just you, but also me.
Shion. Guys, maybe this is the time to share with you all, as well as the council, I guess, that I found out a few things at the ball, as you already know, about Nastasia, my past. I also found out today that my mother is still alive. I have a little brother that I didn't know I had, and I think my dad is dead. What happened to him, I don't know. I just know that he fled a long time ago from something he never explained to me. And then he met my mother on the road, and they had me. And obviously, you guys know the rest. But this is what Tortoise saw today. And Nastasia told me to go see her in New Haven, and she would have a lot of answers for my questions. And perhaps we can find my last name. I don't know if you guys... I want to do this at some point. If you guys don't want to come along, that is fine, and I will stick with you guys. But if we don't have anything else to do, would you guys want to come with?
Personally, I'm very intrigued. Like I told you, the things I found in the books today, like even on that the short bit of research today, there's definitely something that might also lead me closer to finding something of my past, which I don't know what it is even that I'm looking for really, but I'm with you.
You helped us, Maeve, in our time of need, and I would be honored to help you on yours.
Okay. Andros?
Well, I guess if we're gonna go, we're gonna have to prepare and get to it, right?
Do you want to?
I mean, everyone else is going, right? We're a group now.
Yeah, but you don't. If you don't want to go, we won't.
We're good. Let's go. Let's go handle this.
And maybe when we go to Chartreuse, we'll find out about your family.
We'll worry about them when we get there.
I have 2 questions.
For me?
No, just the council. Sorry.
Okay.
Uh,
You're muted.
Thank you. By all means, I had a bun in my mouth. I was chewing. How may I help you, Master Erhard?
so what happens to you've told us that Sardones has a new ruler, or is under new rule now. So
It will
what
be.
happens to the vote here for the voice of Arkenvale? How is that going to proceed?
Due to obviously the recent understandings of Taft's involvements, all those closely tied with him, will be under investigation. Such as Sigbert von Hildesmith. He will be inspected heavily, as we now believe that he may have been working with Taff, or may have known prior knowledge to such things.
He was very close to him, yes.
I am, yes, very aware. He has yet to return to Arkenvale. As you know, it takes just under a week to return, and you would have all left before him. He did not leave immediately, but has since left Sardones. Where he has gone, I do not know.
Should we fear retaliation?
Sigbert is a very proud man.
Oh, I know.
If you've met him, you definitely know. Any to have dishonored him, any to have betrayed him, any to have ruined a reputation, I believe would become an enemy of his. Many years ago, Sigbert was under trial, but evidence was not found. It was believed that he killed Kingsley Taft's father. As I said,
Too close.
Taft hated his father, despised him. He believed, from our understandings, that if his father were to die, Taft would gain the inheritance. But due to their bond being stretched thin, Taft's father had rewritten his will and gave it to the people of Ashendale, not to his only son. This is why Taft left Ashendale. He traveled to a new place, Sardones, and became the second of the previous lord. That lord died, and in return, Taff rose to power.
How did that lord die?
We were informed. Natural causes. But with the way Taff likes to play games, I imagine it could have been more severe.
It's likely.
He was a bad man, and the punishment will come to him soon.
Does Sigbert, would he be aware of our status as wardens by now?
I would
He
assume
would know.
not.
He would know where to find us. Can we keep this under wraps?
By all means. We do not wish to divulge this information to anybody else. But if Sigbert is to return to Arkenvale, he will be kept a close eye on. If he is to return.
If we, by any chance, were to meet him on the road, how would we be? I don't know. Should he be apprehended, or what's the dealings with him?
Until evidence is given to us or found about him, he is a free man. He has done nothing but be a friend to a criminal, and that is not guilty in itself.
How about Henry Weston? Any news on him?
Yes, actually, Henry Weston is to arrive in the morning. He is traveling back from Sardones with his daughter and Gorelia and her husband.
When he arrives, if you guys see him before I do, can you tell him to get a hold of me at some point?
Very well,
Have a
yes.
catch up, yeah.
Yes, I imagine his chances for running for the voice of Arkenvale is to improve upon Sigbert's removal.
That
Thank
would
you.
have been my second question. Do you know what happened to anyone else that was at this, let's say, more private party in the end?
The ball?
Yes.
Well, many of them would be returning to Arkenvale if they see fit to pass through. Others, like Nastasia, perhaps, would return north. Those of Craddock would go north and then veer off around the wildlands.
Have you heard of Yusuf Featherstone?
I have not, unfortunately, but I assume if he's not already back in town, he'll be back soon.
And I guess that goes with the Silver Strings as well, if they plan on coming through?
I unfortunately couldn't tell you too much about them. We haven't had many dealings with them, per se, but, yes, if they are to return to Arkenvale or go south of Arantis, they will probably pass through in the next day or so.
Can you point us in a direction of anyone that would know information from anyone traveling south? Or in general?
Unfortunately, until they arrive at the gates, we do not know.
Has Yusuf returned yet?
He hasn't yet.
Not yet, no.
We don't.
Okay.
Again, you all left the night of the event. Many people would have found out about it the following morning, and would be arriving today, most likely. Or tomorrow morning, depending on how quick they travel.
Rock. I'm gonna look towards the magic practitioner at the table. I don't.
Yes.
Question for you. I was in the library today, and I was trying to find information about this Scarlet Scarab of the Sands. Do you know anything about that, perhaps?
Off the top of my head, no, but I could do some research myself if you would like.
If you don't mind, yeah. You don't mind maybe, like, I don't know, writing it down on something so I could read it over, study it myself?
May I take a look?
Take a look at it? Like, you think I have it?
Oh, I apologize. You were doing research on something you wish to acquire.
I don't wish. I heard it was from Fortis, so I was very interested in learning more about it myself.
Well, yes, I can definitely organize some scribes to take a look into the information, and hopefully, yes, of course.
Thank you.
And at this, as your main meals get finished, some dessert comes out. There are fruit salads with some mango in it, but it's not a mango-specific salad. But there are some fruit salads, there are some fresh fruits, there is some cake, some dessert-like things and stuff that come out. And as it all comes out, Melissa, the elven woman, looks to you, Maeve, and she says, Maeve, some reports have indicated that you can change form into that of a wild beast.
Correct.
Are you a druid of sorts? And if so, what druid grove do you hail from?
Druid growth?
Yes, across Veritas, there are some groves which druids devote their lives to protect. They are ancient grounds and sanctuaries that some believe need to be preserved.
Believe I know what you mean, although I never vowed to anything.
Ah.
I think the way I got my powers was decided for me. I become a moon druid since it happened at night.
Very well. Well, it's rather interesting. Does it hurt?
Changing?
Yes.
No, it just tickles.
Oh.
You know when you get cold and your hair stand up?
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but like a little bit stronger.
Very well. Oh, how interesting. And you can see Breck, like, he seems to be leaning a little bit, like, taking some keen interest to magical things going on.
Did they tell you that the beast can be elemental?
They did not, no.
They can.
That's impressive. I would love to see that someday.
I mean, I could. I don't know if this is an appropriate place.
No. Honestly, it's fine. Maybe another time.
Sure. Yes, that's yeah. So you don't have you ever seen druid? I've never met a druid. I don't think outside of the one time.
I have not, but I have heard of their whereabouts. Some thrive in the Elenaston forests. There are some druid groves in Kavak, and there are some in Craddock as well, that I know of.
A druid, and he like me.
A half-elf?
Like I don't. I have never met one. I don't know if I'm a good druid.
They are people of the wilds that prefer the company of animals and other such folk, and usually live a solitary life, or within their small communes. They are protectors of nature.
Hey, so seeing a druid out in a group traveling cities is not normal.
Hence the questions. Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't believe we've ever had one actually travel amongst the city.
No, I mean, it was quite overwhelming. It still is. Just pretend that everything is fine.
Well, if you are heading to the Elenaston forests, I'm sure you'll feel a little more comfortable up there.
Probably.
It's beautiful,
Nice.
truly.
I can only imagine, and who knows what we'll find or who we'll find.
I hope you get to see it. And as she says that, Breck leans forward again and looks at you, Arcturus. Arcturus, I hear that you're interested in the temporal magics. May I inquire as to what you hope to actually achieve with that knowledge?
Simply build a portal.
Right, well, I assumed as much, but where would that portal present itself to?
Home.
Which is?
Yeah, well, that's complicated. Since, like, It's like not really from around here. Like, it would not be familiar for you.
You come from another plane of existence.
I do, and apparently...
Fascinating.
I thought so, but apparently everybody who I talked to did not know about the plane.
Well, that is fascinating. I will say, Arcturus, I have been to another plane of existence, and it was incredible. I was only there for a short amount of time until I was blipped back. But the time that I was there, it was intriguing.
But you blipped back?
Yes, you see, I am a... My magic is a little wild, and sometimes things happen that not necessarily meant to happen.
I glare at Erhard, but I'm not saying anything.
Yes, what usually tends to happen, primarily, is my hair color. As you see, it's a vibrant blue today, but in 3 days' time it might be green. I once also had a beard of feathers. That was quite
Fascinating.
amusing.
Have you ever
I
been
can
bald?
imagine.
He looks at you, Ahad, when you say something, but didn't quite hear what you said.
Have you ever been bald? And I just lift my head.
No, I haven't.
I don't
Interesting
recommend
choice. So, what I'm trying to get at is, I did some research in temporal magics, and the research of traveling to different planes.
And what are your results?
Well, I have understood that there is a spell, which I am capable of myself, which is called Banishment. It allows one to banish someone from the current plane of existence for an allotted amount of time. However, if you do it to someone that is not from the plane of existence that you are on, it takes them back to where they're from. However,
Interesting.
you must maintain concentration of the spell for a certain amount of time for it to become a permanent fixture. And that person would return back to their original plane. I had heard that you weren't from here. What I'm trying to say is, if you wish to go home, we could try it.
It's interesting. But it's rather a heavy solution. I'm not
Yes.
planning on returning and never coming back. I want this
See,
solution
that is where,
for
yes,
planar
that is
travel.
where banishment would prevent you from returning.
So that would not be the solution.
Right.
No problem.
Well, I thought I'd propose it. Well,
It's a
temporal...
wonderful, yes, it's a wonderful explanation. Though, but how did you end up on a different plane?
Well, you see, I was studying some magics, and then poof, there I am, in the middle of space, floating around, not knowing what on earth is going on.
Oh dear, I know that feeling.
He looks at you. Ah. Now I understand the boldness.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I did
I'm-
wonder why you would choose to shave off your eyebrows.
Yeah, not much of a choice, unfortunately.
You should
are
have
a
seen the
wild
guy.
magic sorcerer.
You should have seen the guy when it just happened. It was hilarious.
Well, I bet it was. Interesting.
As
It was a
bold as
blast.
me, as bold as me.
Ahad,
Yeah.
you keep notes of what happens when the magic just fizzles.
Notes?
I have been keeping a diary of all the certain circumstances that have happened to me thus far.
Well,
I was
remember.
a potted plant once.
Well, so far it hasn't happened that often. At least not. Let's say that I can recall. I'm sure it
Yes.
happened before, but I just.
Mine
My
also
memory
is a
is
little
sometimes a bit
sporadic.
blotchy.
Yes, the worst one for Devinite was a potted plant, as I couldn't do anything for a long period of time other than just watch. I would
Yeah.
love if you were to keep a record of it, and maybe we could one day look at each other's records to see what has happened.
Sure, I'll keep that in mind. Sounds interesting.
Brilliant.
Will be some excellent research, Erhard.
What a discovery. And at that, your desserts are finished. And as you all start to settle down, Jagodi sits forward a little bit. The people of Ashendale have taken the town for themselves and claim to not want it to be governed by its previous mayor. And I thought, as all of you have been there and helped the people, we would maybe get your advice on the matter. What do you think?
Well, they did kind of help us take care of things. Or they've governed them. They've taken care of themselves for a long time until we got there, I think.
Yes, Aragon Blackwater does seem to be doing a good job at rallying the morale of the town, but we just we were unsure due to his history.
Well, as far as we could tell, he was an upright person. And why not give him a chance?
I also think it might be good for someone with a bit more military experience behind a town such as Ashendale. And I think that perhaps the previous mayor could be relieved of his title. But like I said, I thought I'd ask all of you, as you have been there and you have seen it firsthand.
Ondros, what would your take on the matter be? Like, you have been in situations where difficult decisions had to be made. What would you do in such a situation?
Well, I mean, the guy he actually helped. I mean, he was one of the few. My time there in Ashendale, I would say he's probably the most fit to lead the town. I would say give him probably, I would say trust him, honestly. He actually helped us with the issue. But, yeah, that's all I got.
I stand with Ondros. I think it should be wise. Keep him in charge.
Very well. I'm glad to hear that you have a high opinion of him. And I think we will take heed to your words. We'll open communications with Aragon.
You do talk to him. Tell him good luck.
We will.
What about Taft's position?
Well, we are still looking for a suitable candidate to fill his role. Once we find someone of trustworthiness to take that role, we will then administer aid that we can relieve from other areas.
None of us met this person. I don't know if they're a good person. But we were told about a guy called Malachi, the blacksmith of Cerdonas. He was locked up in his own shop, and I believe his sister was still going, Harriet, to bring him meals. And he was heavily guarded. He was probably working on something for Taft.
Well,
And-
he refused to work for TAF for a long time. That's why he was
Yeah.
punished.
I guess that's why they kept him, though. He must have been of value not to get banished outside of the city walls, like the other people that we met.
They
But what
needed
we
him.
were told is that the people of the town loved him, and that he was a voice that people would be willing to listen to. Now, I don't know if he's a good person, but the town seemed to like him, and they said if anyone could stand up to Taff, it would be him. So,
Do you speak of Malachi Hawk of the Obsidian Hilt?
Yes.
yes.
Ah. Yes, from my meetings with him years ago, he seemed like an upstanding gentleman. Maybe we'll consider it. Thank you for putting his name forward.
I don't know if he's a good guy, but he seems to give people hope, and I feel like that's maybe what Sardones needs.
I think it very much is, yes. If they can rely on someone and look up to someone to help them, and he was this person during those times, maybe it would be good for the town of Sardones, city of Sardones, to thrive once again with a leadership to a familiar face and not a blank canvas.
And from
Yeah,
what we've
yeah.
gathered about him, he seemed very loyal to the city itself. So must be good for them.
Thank you. We'll definitely consider it. Well, I think that's the meal done for this evening. I hope you all had a pleasant time, and I really hope that we can continue to work together. And I think it would be really good. And as she starts to speak, you all start to hear the ringing of a bell. And you know that there is a bell tower right next to the council chambers. And as you start to hear the ringing of the bell, a guard comes rushing into the hall. Everyone, stay calm. There have been scaled beasts seen entering above the city. The familiar Valkyries have been sent out to dispatch them. However, there is 50 to 60 scaled beasts flying the skies of Arkenvale right now. Many have landed into the city's streets, some of which into the Silver Ward and Amber Wards itself, more plunging deep into the Canopy Wards and Flint Wards as we speak.
You onion.
You must all be as careful as possible, and we need to remove the council from this chamber. The Iron Vortex, you are more than willing to come with us, but we need to move now. And as you hear this, you hear what sounds like a huge thudding noise in the distance. And then you slowly start to hear screams coming from the city of people panicking. What do you all do?
Oh shit, they will owe us big after this. Let's
Never a good day's in a restaurant.
let's escort the council to safety and then see what we can do.
Should we wait?
Yeah.
Wait.
I
What-
think the council's safe.
You were all about
city
helping
needs-
people.
Yes.
Let's help those who actually know how to rebuild everything. Let's get them to safety and then we help the urchins.
Should we not at least? Never mind. Yeah. Let's go.
I would
Should
rather
I
vote to
should I come with you, or should I go with? I can help.
Lauren, stay with us. Stay with us. So we can keep you safe. You're not going out there on your own.
No, but where's the council going? In like a bunker?
Like a safe house?
We do have residents beneath the courtroom. We can go into the basement where we will be protected from guards, and I myself and Breck here will be able to defend the rest of them.
So Galoin
you-
goes with
Yeah. Could you take Lauren with you?
and
By
Soft?
all means,
I think
Yes.
the council.
we will help whatever we can, but for now we must get in touch with Wagnish or Eliash to see what is exactly happening.
Do you have
And-
any means to or like, any ways to contact them?
Yes, we have stones of sending that we can contact the Tri-Spires to find out what exactly is happening and the threats that are at large. If these scaled beasts are as many as they say, the skies will be full. I just hope to God these are not dragons. They cannot be. That many in one place, we would have not noticed them.
Well, let's.
Well, then
get
let's
some
get information quickly.
Very well. If you need my aid, here, take this.
And he passes you a small rock with like the shape of an ear in it, and you can see that the ear is like a scaled ear. And he says,
This is a stone directly to me. If you need to contact me, speak into it, and then listen, and I will respond.
Alright, just for clarity, so this is Sir Draxel, or...
Yeah, this is Sir Draxel of Yorn, who, he's 6'7", bronze dragonborn. He's stacked. He's a big boy.
Alright, lead on.
Right, fellow council members, if you would like to follow me, I will make sure that you are protected.
And he walks over to a wall, and you can see this ornamental golden blade, and he just grabs it and, like, takes it out of the sheath, and he, like, spins it around.
Haven't had to use this for a while.
And, he walks through the doors, and you can just see chaos. There are people that work here, that file paperwork, and that take information and hold meetings, and there are just people cowering in corners, not knowing what to do. And as Sir Draxel walks out, he says,
Everyone, if you need aid, follow me. We will return to the basement, where we will be safe. Do not fear. Follow me in an orderly fashion.
And as he walks out, yeah?
Do I see any balconies?
Where you are currently now, there is windows at the back that look out to, like, a garden. But there's no balcony from the chamber that you're in, because you're still on the ground floor.
Can I just summon Olaf outside, just to have eyes outside?
Yes, you click your fingers as you do, and Olaf pops out outside. And Andros, did you want to walk over to the window?
I'm gonna go up to the window, and I'm gonna open it and just kind of see if I can hear, or, like, I don't know, maybe somehow, like, I've smelt these things before, so I have some sort of idea, or anything like that. I'm just gonna...
Yeah. As you approach the window, they're not openable. They are just, it's just, like, it's glass up to probably, like, 10 foot, and then it's, like, a stained glass at the top. But as you look through, you can see shapes flying in the sky. And then you see much smaller shapes, which you assume to be the Tri-Spire wizards, flying up, and you see this one Tri-Spire wizard flies into the air and conjures this bolt of electricity from his hands, and as it goes, it rips it hits the tail of one of these beasts, and the beast starts to plummet, but then manages to catch back up. And roll me a perception check, please.
Can I have perception for Olaf, just for the fun of it?
Yeah, sure, of course you can. 19 for Andros. And, a 20! Okay. So as the pair of you are looking out, and Olaf sees some of this as well, are you looking through Olaf's eyes? Or are you having Olaf report back?
Sure, I will look through his eyes, and I will just say to the rest, someone guide me.
Yeah. And as you do this, Andros, you see this thing swoop down and then swoop back round, and as it goes to go for the other wizard, another figure swoops into the wizard, and the wizard's gone. You just don't see him anymore. He's just gone. And then the two things swoop off, and then you see another one fly closer towards the Tri-Spire, and you see another figure right by the Tri-Spire, and as it comes in, it does something with its hands, and you just see the winged beast turn into a cat and just start falling, plummeting to the ground. As you assume, it's cast polymorph of some sort, which you are now aware of. And the beast hits the ground, and you don't see where it lands, but it makes an almighty, like, puff of, like, dust, as if something much larger hit the floor. And as you're watching out, you just see all of this complete havoc going on outside, and what you do notice, Olaf, through Olaf's eyes, is the one that got hit and then fell. You see a figure on the back of the winged beast. And as it turns, you see it dangle, and then it rotates, and it seems to right itself on it. But Andros, you do not spot that, because 20 was the DC, and that's what Olaf just catches.
I will tell people that. That I can see there's people riding these
things are mounts.
scale beasts.
So someone is behind this then. This is not a animal beast attack, and this is a full-on planned attack.
Someone must really dislike Arkenvale. I cast mage armor on
This
myself.
is no coincidence.
No. I think we should get out there and fuck some things up.
Let's see who's
Uh,
behind this.
Yeah, you see a load of the council members run out, as well as some of the workers, and you see Estefan Gibblebottom grab like a big wad of paperwork and just starts running behind, and you just see like pieces of paper just falling out of like the wad as he's like just running for his life behind some of the council members. And Breck now seems to be leading them, and you can just hear him say, "Do not fear. With my arcane arts, I'll make sure that we're protected." And he just walks off, and he seems to be leading them. And Sir Drexel is more towards the back near you guys. And he just says, "Is there anything I can do now to help you?"
These are mounts. Who hates Arkenville so much?
Mounted beasts.
Yes.
Mounted flying scaled beasts.
Well, they must be the beasts that were spotted at the cloud-top peaks. But this many were not spotted, just a few.
Are
Probably
there
a scout.
Are there any factions that hate Arkenville for whatever reason?
Not to our knowledge. Obviously, the Wildlands have been at disputes with us, but for them to tame beasts such as this seems a little ludicrous.
Well,
you know
we
what-
can.
Beasts they are?
We do not. All we have seen is that they are roughly 10 foot long, and their wingspan can be anything from like 15-ish foot. They are mountable in size, yes, that makes sense, but they're not particularly large beasts.
Right.
Let's go out and see what they have to say for themselves.
Just be careful.
Before we walk out, I'll look at Galoin before he, goes.
Yeah,
where he's going.
Galoin stood beside Sir
Yeah.
Drexel.
And I'm gonna hand him a dagger. Just gonna hand it to him, and it's gonna be like,
Yeah,
just in case
yeah.
things go sideways.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Look, I'm with the big guy and the wizard man. We'll be absolutely all right. Don't worry.
So, Olaf saw, or I through Olaf's eyes, I saw where that polymorphed beast fell.
Oh yeah, it's so. I'll put you on the map of
Great.
of Arkenvale, so you know roughly
Also,
where it was.
I think I would like to make Olaf then run in that direction.
Yeah, so you guys are over here in the council chambers, and this is the big bell tower here. And you saw the beast land on the far side of the Tri-Spires. So you know, walking, it's probably like a 5-10 minute walk.
Okay.
So for
Okay.
Olaf to run over there, it would be a little while.
Yeah, just to run towards it, just
Yeah,
see
that's absolutely fine. Yeah,
what I can
you send Olaf running off, and then you return to your own eyes.
I guess yes.
Yeah, and as you return to your own eyes, you see a lot of the people have dispersed at this point, and there's just paperwork everywhere and complete chaos. And Sir Drexel says,
Let me try to aid you. The blessings of Rucklan.
and as he says this, the sword glows ever so slightly, and he casts Bless. So all of you are affected by the spell Bless, which gives you a 1d4 on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. So you will have that in case you come into any combat. Yeah, you guys stood within this hallway. It's very empty. The guard is still there that was like out of breath. And Sir Drexel's there, and he says,
Please, wardens, do what you can to protect this city. And again, if you need aid, call upon me. I will try to help. Many of the denizens of this city are capable of defending it as well. If you can maybe clear an area, maybe travel by wards, help the people in each area, and maybe they can fight back and help themselves.
Question.
Yes.
For the people who can't fight themselves, should we just send them to the Tri-Spire, since there should be like a shield kind of thing there? We noticed with
Yes.
Olaf flying through there.
If you can get to the Tri-Spires, or if you can get to the Divine Wards. The Divine Wards will have clerics and paladins on hand to defend
Okay.
the people.
Can
Send
you get
them
word
there.
out to the Tri-Spire and the Divine Ward to let them know that we'll probably be passing like children, parents or like mothers there for safety, and then we'll gather up the rest of the whoever can actually fight back, and we'll start to take back the city ward by ward.
The people that would need your aid most would most likely be the lesser wards, as they are further away from the Trispire itself. But the people of the Amber Ward still need aid. I will let you decide which ward you travel to first.
We're gonna need to establish a safety zone. So in my opinion, we should go to the Vine Ward first, make sure that area is clear, get the clerics and then to set up the safety zone, and then we start going from ward to ward, whatever we can get to. But if we just go to a single ward without any sort of safety set up ready to go, we're just sending people potentially just to get killed either way.
Send people here or the Trispires.
You do know the Divine Ward is on the other side of the city. We'd have to go all the way through the Silver Ward, where our house is. We might be able to get them
Yes.
some
We
protection
can do
there.
that on the way. I'm just trying to get something set up so we don't just send people to die.
And as
Well-
you're saying this, you then hear what sounds like part of a building collapsing nearby. And as you walk towards the doors, and the doors are slightly ajar, you then see a scaled beast land on top of the church bell that's right near the council chambers. And as it lands, tiles begin to fall off of it and crumble to the floor, smashing into the ground. You also see what looks to be like a group of about 10 individuals, all wearing red and black tarnished clothing with hoods and spears as they're walking towards the council chambers, the stairs of the council. And as they do, another of these beasts lands crashing next to them, and as it lands, it begins to walk towards the council chambers as this red dragon-like humanoid steps off of it and like draws a blade and starts walking towards the council chambers. And
Ready, guys?
yeah,
I'll draw my blade.
the guard's like, oh shit, all right. Just so you know, we've got a few men on the roof. They're armed with crossbows. We've got a couple of men outside on the stairs. I'm gonna go out and help them. If you could help us, that'd be great.
Just tell all the men, right? Just to start helping out the people and to take care of whatever is in their way.
Yeah. All right, sure. He draws his sword, and then he like runs out of the door.
Right.
I'm gonna step like out the building myself as well, and I'm gonna start stepping like kind of towards that group's path with my sword drawn, and just kind of basically just stand there and see if they're like trying to talk or they just trying to get this going.
Yeah, and as you do that, you all step outside, and
We
as
all
you...
step outside. I
Oh.
think I'm also gonna activate the Cloak of Mirrors.
Okay, yeah. Not a problem. Yeah, and as you all begin to step outside and take a little look around, you walk out of the double doors onto this raised platform of stairs below you. And you see that the guards have sort of set up a triangle formation with one in the middle. And you have 6 guards in front of you defending the bottom of the stairs. And as you look out, you see the well in the center of the courtyard and the big tower. And you can see the one that has landed to the side looks to be smaller than the one that has landed on top of the bell tower. And as you step out, the individuals that are walking up to you, they look at you, and I'm gonna drag you to the map just before. Let me just show you what you're working with. As you step outside and you see these individuals in front of you, and you should all be able to see. I think you should all have vision. Yeah? And as you look out, you see this group of individuals and these two scaled beasts staring down towards you. And as you walk out and you stand in a line, ready to face whatever's about to come at you, that is where we're going to end tonight's session!
Knew it.
As
Knew
the
it.
city of
We took too
Arkenvale
long.
is under attack! So yeah, guys, Ruh-roh indeed, the city is under attack! A Ruh-roh! Yeah.
Mew mad.
Yeah, it's good, right? Yeah, and that's basically you step outside of these doors, and in the sky, you just see pure carnage as there are these winged beasts flying towards buildings, and then Tri-Spire mages are trying to hold them off, and you're just witnessing some mages are winning fights, some are being killed, as there is just an all-out slaughter going on, and looking into the sky, 50 to 60 is probably about right, as all of these beasts are just flying around, and these beasts do have riders. Now that you're outside, you can definitely see all of them have a rider. And yeah, that is where we will end. Look at you measuring up the map, I see you. That is where we will end tonight's session. And what will end up happening next week, you don't want to miss it, because it's going to be an exciting one, as the Iron Vortex Wardens of Arkenvale attempt to protect it. Their now new home, they try to protect, and they will have to choose which wards they save first, which could have impacts on what happens in the city. So we will see what happens. Let's go round the room. I'm very excited. I've been planning this for weeks. Let's go round the room. Tim, take it away. Tell us who you are, where they can find you, and all that good stuff.
Well, my initial reaction is motherfucker. No, but it was exciting, guys. Yeah, so I'm Tim. You can find me at the Team Logic Now channel together with my my lovely wife. But unfortunately tomorrow there's no stream because I actually have to work. So you guys will see me Tuesday with our new Rimworld adventure. So be there. And otherwise next week is a big exciting battle. Can't wait for it.
Awesome. And below Tim, we have Eagle. Eagle, take it away.
Hello, I am the Eagle Outlaw. You can follow me at the Eagle Outlaw. We do crazy things from the quarry to Pokemans, and we just have a vibe when we chill. So yeah, come check that out. And also follow socials.
Thank you.
And make sure you follow YouTube. All that lovey.
Yeah,
shit
follow
right
our
there.
sponsors for the tonight.
Sponsors.
Natural Havoc on YouTube. And below Eagle, we have Smitty. Smitty, take it away.
Yes, hello, I'm Smitty. I stream variety. Tomorrow I'm not streaming because I'm getting visited by the lovely Ella. So, sorry about that. But I'm streaming on Sunday and I'm hopefully finishing Resident Evil 8. So I'm excited about that. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, follow us as well. Natural
Follow
Havoc,
us.
all the socials.
Social the follows. All
Yes,
that good
yes.
stuff. And to the other side of the screen, Zeb, the very poorly Zeb. By the way, you did very well tonight. Even though you were very ill, you were fine. You were perfect. All good. Take it away.
Yeah, except for a few mind slips and everything, but yeah. Other than that, my voice did do well enough. And yeah, I'm a variety streamer over on Agent Zeb. And yeah, I play lots of strategy, RPGs, all kinds of stuff. Will probably stream sometime this weekend because I'm still on sick leave, and so what do you do when you're at home?
Fair enough, fair enough. And above Zeb, we have Lan. Lan, take it away.
Hello, my name is Lan. I am the female half of Team Logic, streaming on Wednesdays, streaming currently the Pokemans, but I have some other things lined up for when if I ever finish. I hope so. Also, I vote for saving Petunia.
Yeah. She's probably in the house now like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes!
Where's my brandy?
We can't leave her there!
Just hammered in like a closet.
Oh, maybe we can.
Yeah. Awesome. And finally, I am the Onion Soup. I should be streaming next week. However, it is the other half's, the fiance's, birthday on Monday, and she would murder me if I streamed. So I won't be streaming Monday, but I'll be back on Wednesday and then Friday again for some more D&D. And I am very excited, and I love that some people this week, these guys, have been like, oh, something's gonna happen at the dinner. Why wouldn't something happen at the dinner? And then something happened at the dinner. So they knew. They were shocked what happened, but yeah, they knew something was happening, because let's be real. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah, I get it. But no, it was so good. I've been very excited to reveal this part of the story as we go into the new chapter called From Iron to Ashes. I wonder why that is. So, yeah, we're going into the next chapter, From Iron to Ashes, and, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see who they save. Maybe some familiar faces will crop up, because, you know, people are defending the city. Maybe Tortor Dust is out there doing his magic trying to save people. Maybe Yusuf has returned and now he's defending the city as well. We'll see. Maybe even the Requisition has had to kick in to help the town, the city. So we'll see. Maybe there'll be some familiar faces that you all love, and hopefully Galoin doesn't die. But other than that, maybe he will.
Maybe Sir Draxel.
The end of the Iron Vortex.
Maybe Sir Draxel is actually a spy and is going to kill all of them.
But yeah, so
First and last
yeah,
day of
it's
the
all good.
Wardens.
The Wardens of nothing, because it got wiped out. So yeah, I'm very excited for next week to see some juicy combat, because they're all level 6 now as well, so they're like super crazy strong as well. It's getting to that point where people are getting really powerful and popping off.